grandparents around when you were growing up?
Well, my grandmother, on Dad's side she died, I think, about a year or 14 months before I was born.
Oh, okay.
So I never knew her. Grandpa Johnson, he had the shoe shop. I don't know, I got a picture of it someplace.
I have that picture.
Oh, you got that? Okay. He and Pete Nelson, and he comes from up by Reclaw. I don't know how he got acquainted with his grandpa, but they sat in that shoe shop, one in each bench, and the bench was just a wooden box with a hole cut in it. Looked like a toilet seat. Oh, and then it had a leather nailed around it to sit on. Oh, it wouldn't be a little. And they sat on that and made shoes and fixed shoes. They manufactured the shoes from scratch to start with, but then it got to doing it as a business, so they couldn't do it that cheap. So then they just patched, put on soles and heels and fixed up the old shoes. So
This is your picture of Grandpa Matt on his...
oh yeah.
It's not a very good picture. They did an article in the paper about all the years
Yeah,
that...
like Grandpa Johnson used to have a kind of a counter there. Back here was a drawer. Pull it out, and there was a little cup shaped where the pennies, nickels, dimes, and so on in there.
Where he made change.
And I'd come down from the schoolhouse, which is where the Mason Hall is now. Grandpa, have you got 5 pennies? He said, well, you look and see. I look in there, no, there isn't 5 pennies. Well, then you better take a nickel. So I'd run over to the back of the farmer's store and buy some candy, go back to school. He was my dear old grandpa. And I used to help him pile wood in the woodshed and one thing and another to help him out.
Was the shop attached to your house?
Well, it was at first, but then he had a house. It stands, you remember where the city hall was?
Yeah.
Well, it was in the southwest corner across the street was this frame wood building. And he had a shop, he had a room upstairs where Nora Bergerson used to live. She ran the tavern. And she slept up there in Grandpa's. I don't know how much rent he got or anything, but